Hi everyone, Bob Sager here. I've had some things going through my mind and been working all day and blah blah blah, and I just went on Facebook for a minute to post a couple of things, and I read a post from Kristen Teixeira that really, Kristen, it was amazing. That really hit my heart, and I kind of want to just expand upon what she said because what she said was something dear to my heart, and sometimes I think we really don't understand that, or we forget that. And she talked about growing and growing as a person and growing into a leader. And then she put a post by Jack Welch, and I thought it was great. And I want to share a couple of things. I want to just let me go for a second. And if it wasn't for this industry in 1989, 90, 91, 92, I would not be the person I am today. And every day, in the morning and at night, I express a sense of gratitude to who I've become because of this industry. And this industry has learned and has taught me how to grow and how to step into that room of personal development. And I'll never forget Jim Rohn one day saying to me, and I was in his presence, he said, if you work harder on yourself than you do at your job, you'll make a fortune, because a formal education will make you a living, but personal development will make you a bloody fortune. And when he said that, I don't know what happened. It just got me. It just took me. It consumed me. And if I was to flip this camera around, and if you was to look at the library here and the different books and so on and so forth, that has made me grow over my life over the past 27 years. It's been absolutely incredible. And when Kristen posted that, it just hit a nerve in me. Because, relevant to what she said, I think one of the things we have to understand is, one, as I was just on the phone with my friend Chuck, this is a business. And this is a journey. And what we have to realize is that it takes time to grow. It takes time to learn certain things. The unfortunate thing about most people in this wonderful, greatest country in the world is that sometimes we have a short-term time perspective. We want it now, and we're unwilling to put in the work. We're unwilling to put in the work. And someone that makes 50, 100,000 a year, they come into this business and they want to make that a month already. And I'm going to share with you, there goes my phone. It's probably a prospect. It's Chuck Bowers. Hey, Chuck, I'm shooting a video right now. Need to call you back, brother. Bye. Sorry about that. And, people that become they want to make $50 or $100,000 a month, You've got to grow into that. And here's my point about that. And I want you to understand this and capture this. For those that make $50,000 a year or $100,000 a year or more, but they want to make that a month, I believe in my heart, in order to do that, you need to become more valuable to the marketplace. As Kristen said, you need to become more valuable as a leader. How do you affect people's lives? What do you do? And that word leadership is not just something to take lightly. How do you treat people? How do you communicate to people? One of my mentors, John Terhune, just wrote a great, great book. I read probably a quarter of it yesterday on communication skills and so on and so forth. So, one of these things in this journey is that we need to be able to grow not only as a human being, but grow in a way to learn how to treat people and learn how to lead and so on. And it's the simplest things. In this business, it's, the first skill, learning how to find people to talk to, putting together a list, grow, teach people how to do that. Number two, how do we learn how to strike interest with people? What do we say? How do we say it? There's plenty of books out there. I've shared so many things with you. Well, how do we present? We talked about that. Learning these little skills. And as my dear friend Chris Cavadon talked about last week, it's not brain surgery. We're not opening up the heart and say, take a stent and put it in here or somehow, some way. It's pretty simple stuff. We don't have to become, brilliant at this, but we just need to do a little bit in order to grow, in order to become better and grow. And to me, it's like eating an elephant. It's pretty simple. It's just a bite at a time, a bite at a time, a bite at a time, a bite at a time. But going back to what I just said, and I think this is the key. I've got a pretty grandiose goal in this business over the next 10 years for me and my family. And I've got goals, whether it be 30 days, 90 days, 3 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. But I know that I've got to grow even more. I've got to get better at my skills. I've got to grow. And I never want someone at an event, at a regional, should I be on stage and so on and so forth in 10 years and someone say, boy, you should have heard him 10 years ago. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I want someone to say, my goodness, his craft has gotten so good. He's so good at his craft. He's become absolutely incredible at his craft. That's what I want. And I know in my heart, in order to achieve what I'm out to achieve and what I will achieve, I've got to grow in so many different facets of my personal life and of my business life. And there's nothing better than that. There is nothing better than that. That's why I don't believe in retirement. It just, you know what retirement means? That means to go to bed and be put out of use. We were made, from that guy upstairs, we were made to become productive. We were made to be creative. And we were made to grow. Unlike a tree. Trees eventually stop growing for the most part. We as human beings were made to grow. That's why retirement, be set off to pasture. So let me ask you a question. When is someone at the height of their game? When are they the most productive? When do they have the most wisdom? When are they the most sought after? When are they the most knowledgeable? At 35, at 40, at 50, at 55? No way. 60s, 70s, 80s. Sit down with a human being. Imagine sitting down with Warren Buffett today at 84 years of age. He achieved 90% of his wealth. 90% of his wealth after age 50. 90% of his wealth. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So what I want you to think about is, what do you need to do in your business, in your life, in order to provide more value to the marketplace, in order to provide more value to your organization, whether it's just you in improving your skills, whether it's you teaching your people, whether it's you leading a grandiose organization. What do you need to do? What do you need to perfect and become better? And when Kristen posted that, it just hit a nerve, because I'm all about this. I'm all about providing as much value as I can. I want to provide so much value that it's over and above. And I think we should all do that. We should all want to provide a lot of value. But the way we provide a lot of value is that we need to become valuable first. And once we become valuable, then we just share it. You know, it's interesting. You know why I post this stuff? You know why? Because I get to hear it again. And when I hear it again, I just get better. I get better and I get better. And I want you to do the same thing. So Kristen, it was beautiful. It really, really was. It hit me. You hit some emotions there. And I wanted to expand upon that. So I appreciate what you posted. I really, really do. And I appreciate everybody watching this. Remember, as my friend Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do at your job. A formal education will make you a living, but personal development will make you a bloody fortune. Like I tell people, they don't need to raise the minimum wage. They don't need to. Those people just need to grow. And once they grow, the world is their oyster. Have a great night, and you deserve greatness. That's our show.